செய்திக் கதம்பம்.
இன்றைய செய்திக் கதம்பத்தில் சென்னை ஐஐடியில் நடைபெற்ற பட்டமளிப்பு விழாவில் தேசிய பாதுகாப்பு ஆலோசகர் திரு அஜித் தோவல் பங்கேற்று பேசிய உரை மற்றும் மத்திய அரசின் சமூக வலைதள பதிவுகள் ஆகியவை இடம்பெறுகின்றன. சென்னை ஐஐடியில் 62வது பட்டமளிப்பு விழா இன்று நடைபெற்றது. இதில் சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக கலந்து கொண்டு உரையாற்றினார் தேசிய பாதுகாப்பு ஆலோசகர் திரு அஜித் தோவல். அவர் பேசுகையில்,
I really feel honored and delighted to be here at this hallowed institution of a great reputation, which has got the first of many kinds to its credit, whose contribution, whose pioneership, whose new initiative has been of a great value to this nation. I must say that to be here on this very solemn occasion is a matter of great privilege for me. I also take this opportunity to congratulate all the young graduates, the most fortunate ones, the one in the history of this nation, which I'll tell you why you are the most fortunate generation of in last 1,000 years of India's history. Gentlemen, firstly, you should all be very proud that you belong to an institution of which tomorrow you will be the alma mater, the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, which has produced 48,000 graduates like you who have served the nation and has made a great name for themselves and for their country. What you have achieved is great. You have proven intelligence, dexterity, commitment, by which you have been able to achieve, which very few in this country aspire and are able to achieve it as a reality. You also have got a great future ahead. There's no doubt about it. The world is before you to succeed. The point is whether you will be able to intertwine your growth and progress with something beyond you. Will you be able to contribute to the society, to the country, to the civilization to which you owe a lot? When Director Kamakoti asked me to be here, obviously I was quite reluctant. I never make public appearances. As Dr. Goenka just told me, first time I'm seeing you anywhere in a public platform in last 7 years. I don't know when was it that it was the last 7 years. But normally, I never go. But firstly, my respect for Professor Kamakoti is one thing. But secondly, I had a very small message to give. And I thought that I will take this opportunity to convey a very small message. But before that, I will have to provide you a perspective. You belong to a country, to a civilization which has been beleaguered, bled, dishonored, this thing for 1,000 years. We have suffered a lot. Our ancestors have suffered. The humiliation, deprivations, hardships they have undergone to keep the civilization alive, to keep this notion of the nation alive. Nation is different from a state. India as a nation had existed for millennia. It may be a new state. Even when we got independence in 1947, our GDP was barely $20 billion, less than 1.9% of what it is. We had 80% population below the poverty line. And do you know, just a few years, or 2-3 years before the independence came, we suffered a famine in Bengal. It's a pity that nobody talks about it in India today. Do you know, as per the British records, how many people died in that starvation death, due to starvation death? There were 60 lakh people died. And there was nothing that was talked about it in the slave nation. That showed that the country's spirit had been enslaved to that extent that it became a non-event. Today, if there are 5 such deaths, the whole country will rise. Governments will fall. Deaths due to starvation because you could not eat, and therefore 60 lakh people died as per the records. That is the thing that we came, and as Dr. Goenka said, we will be completing 100 years of our independence 22 years from now. You will be at the prime of your careers. You will be in your mid-40s or late 40s. You would have experience. You will have the knowledge. You would also have the personal stability, financial stability, family stability, social stability by that time. And still you will have many decades to contribute and work. What will be that India like? Let us visualize. Dr. Goenka said we'll have a GDP of 32 trillion. as against probably 4.1 today, about 8 times of the present one. Our per capita income will be about $22,000 per person from 2,500 now. We will have working population of 1.1 billion people, highest in the world, which will be better educated, which will be highly skilled, which will be globally interconnected, and will also have the largest technical pool. In contrast, China will have a squeezed 700 million, 23% less than what it is today. We will have the world's largest military force. At present, 1.9% of GDP of 4.1 trillion. We have got a budget of $77 billion. It's a 32 trillion economy. And even if we spend only a substantially low percentage of 1.9% of our GDP, we will have a defense budget of 700 crores. We will be world's one of the biggest global market because we will have a burgeoning middle class. And as having a unique geopolitical situation, demography, soft power, international connectivity, and the civilizational strength and the spiritual strength that Dr. Padma Subramanianji just told us and enlightened us about. You will be a tremendous power. Do you think so? Well, I think so. But there is the X factor. And that X factor is going to make a difference, and I have come to tell you only about that. Whether it is in defense, whether it is in manufacturing, whether it is in our socio-economic development, whether it is in any field, there is one factor that is going to make a difference, and that is you. Both as individually and collectively. Next 22 years, what you do and what you contribute, with what mindset and with what passion you live the life, that will determine what will happen to this nation. This is technology. If we have the technology, if we can surpass the technology, if we can meet the challenge of technology, if we have the technology warriors, we will be able to achieve not this, but much beyond it. But if we fail here, you miss it for many centuries to come. In last 1,000 years, such a time has not come, and this is the generation who has got the time, and the challenge is yours. If you master it, countries' technological needs are going to be vast in every field. In every walk of life, we want it. But there are some critical areas. There are critical and emerging technologies that we'll have to probably look at, where we'll have to give much greater focus. It is important because our needs are multiple and diverse. But every nation has got some core needs. Our first need is survival. You can have everything in the world. That will mean nothing if you don't survive. And we are in the business of saying that even if I perish, the country survives.
மத்திய அரசின் சமூக வலைதள பதிவுகள். புனித ஸ்ரவண மாதத்தின் தொடக்கத்தையொட்டி நாட்டு மக்களுக்கு மத்திய உள்துறை அமைச்சர் திரு அமித் ஷா வாழ்த்து தெரிவித்துள்ளார். சிவபெருமானை வழிபடுவதற்கு அர்ப்பணிக்கப்பட்ட இந்த புனித மாதம் அனைவரின் வாழ்விலும் முன்னேற்றம் மற்றும் செழிப்பை உருவாக்கட்டும் என்று அமைச்சர் கூறியுள்ளார். மங்கோலியா நாட்டின் நாடம் திருவிழாவை முன்னிட்டு அந்நாட்டு வெளியுறவுத்துறை அமைச்சர் பேட்செட் சேக் பேட்முங் மற்றும் மக்களுக்கு வெளியுறவுத்துறை அமைச்சர் டாக்டர் ஜெய்சங்கர் வாழ்த்து தெரிவித்துள்ளார். இருதரப்பு பொருளாதார மற்றும் கலாச்சார ஒத்துழைப்பு தொடர்ந்து வலுப்படுத்தப்படும் என்று அமைச்சர் கூறியுள்ளார். உத்தராகண்ட் மாநிலம் முசோரியில் பயிற்சி முடித்த அரசு அதிகாரிகள் இடையே உரையாற்றிய மத்திய அமைச்சர் திரு மன்சுக் மாண்டவியா, குறைந்தபட்ச அரசு அதிகபட்ச நிர்வாகம் என்ற அடிப்படையில் பொதுச் சேவையில் உறுதியுடனும் வளர்ச்சியடைந்த பாரதம் என்ற இலக்கை அடையும் வகையில் புதுமை மற்றும் திறனுடன் செயல்பட வேண்டும் என்றும் வலியுறுத்தினார். கோவையில் கரும்பு இனப்பெருக்க நிறுவனத்தில் விஞ்ஞானிகள் மற்றும் பருத்தி விவசாயிகளுடன் மத்திய வேளாண் அமைச்சர் திரு சிவராஜ் சிங் சௌஹான் கலந்துரையாடினார். உயர் விளைச்சல் ரகங்கள் உருவாக்கம், விளைச்சல் அதிகரிப்பு மற்றும் விவசாயிகள் நலனுக்காக மேற்கொள்ளப்படும் புதுமை முயற்சிகள் குறித்து அமைச்சர் விரிவாக விவாதித்ததாக மத்திய வேளாண் அமைச்சகம் தெரிவித்துள்ளது.
இத்துடன் இன்றைய செய்திக் கதம்பம் நிறைவு பெறுகிறது.